Curaçao is a Caribbean cruise port hotspot that's even better the second time around. In this video, we expand on our previous outing with a new port report and 5 new activities to discover. Let's check it out. I'm Troy, and this is the Port Lowdown. Curaçao is an island country within the Kingdom of the Netherlands in the South Caribbean, only about 40 miles north of Venezuela. Along with Aruba and Bonaire, it's part of the ABC Islands. The main attraction here is the island's super cool capital, Willemstad, with its fine architecture, shopping, and culture. But the island also has many popular beaches, particularly along the west coast, as well as national parks like Boca National Park and the famous Hato Caves, all of which are on offer by the cruise line. But we opt to explore the city on our own, which we find the most rewarding. You dock at Willemstad, of course, right in town. In our previous video, here's a link, we talk about 2 docking areas, Mega Piers 1 and 2 on the west end, and Mikve Wharf. This time, we docked at the Mega Pier. It's definitely mega, wide and long. All the tourists gathered right outside the ship and were led to the large parking lot just beyond. At the end of the dock, tourist information desk, and a shaded area for sitting is a nice touch. No terminal, but the standard smattering of souvenir stands and rental car. There's also a taxi stand. Prices are fixed by the government, but can be expensive. See our link in the description for a rate calculator and more dirty details on taxi fares. Now, if you just want a cab into Punda, the main tourist district across the Queen Emma floating bridge, remember that vehicles reach that area by a slightly longer road route. The floating bridge is strictly for foot traffic, and there's no rideshare here. Just beyond the piers, you'll find a shopping mall and the Riv Fort complex, a hybrid shopping area inside a historic fort. Here you'll also find an ATM. The Dutch Antilles guilder, also called the florin, is the official currency, but US dollars is readily accepted, as are credit cards, of course. Beyond that, you follow St. Anne Bay, and more stalls and taxi stands, to the floating bridge to get to Punda. And the bridge, well, it swings back and forth periodically. Last time the ferry didn't work because the bridge was working. Now the bridge isn't working, so maybe the ferry will be working.
So I guess it's either or.
Right. We could try for the ferry. I mean, it beats sitting around just waiting for this thing to open. We're not sure when it's going to open. Keep walking about 100 yards to this landing, where a free ferry can take you across. Everyone uses it for their commute. It's also pretty fun, and of course, fast, like under 5 minutes. Plenty of seating and benches. Wheelchair accessibility was iffy. You be the judge if getting over this ledge at exit will be a problem. Paid toilets on exit. Now once across, we started exploring new places. Here's 5 activities to add to our previous video. Number 1, Curacao Maritime History Museum. Cross this small bridge from Punda to this cute historic building. This small museum offers an overview of the area's history, which is tied to the sea, slavery, and oil. Lots of information to cover for such a small space. This museum is especially good with model ships and some interactive displays on military life.
You call me a Marine. I am an officer. I wear this camouflage uniform when I work outside, all over the world.
There's also lots and lots of chairs, and a small cafe. The museum has 3 floors. There's a ramp for the 2nd floor, but only spiral stairs for the 3rd, which might make this difficult for people with mobility issues. While there is a bathroom on the 3rd floor, it's only reached by stairs, so you need to go to the restrooms outside and to the right of the building.
So the bathroom is not ADA compliant, so that, you have to be able to walk a little bit at the very least to be able to access the toilet.
Good for about an hour if you take your time. Number 2, Street Art Skalo. Just behind the Maritime Museum is a parking lot opening up to the Street Art Project, which is part of an artistic redevelopment of the Charloux Abu district. Beautiful. More art just beyond on this back street with its popular and Instagrammable frontage, as well as this dynamic children's park. It's a great place to explore and go crazy with the camera. Good for about a half hour or so. Number 3. Mikve Israel-Emanuel Synagogue. Cross the bridge back to Punda. This is smack in the middle of Punda, sort of buried amongst the clusters of other buildings. Nonetheless, it's historic, the oldest surviving synagogue in the Western Hemisphere, and a must-visit. A few things to note. You need to ring the door to get in and present a photo ID, which security will take a record of. You enter and buy your entry ticket to the left, which covers entry to the synagogue and historical museum, which restricts photography. The museum, however, is very interesting, covering basic information on the Jewish faith, as well as local history, and even recipes. The synagogue requires head caps for men, which is provided at the door. Inside, it's distinguished for its all-sand floor and lovely interior. We had a quiet but meaningful experience here, good for about an hour with the museum. Number 4. Local fast food. Crossing the now active Queen Emma Bridge, we stumbled onto a cool find. We tried this place, Dutch Treat Food Stand, which commands the best view of the bay. Now, the stand doesn't look like much, but reading the menu closer, we discovered some stuff we never heard of. So we gave it a try. Let's just say this was one of our best memories here. What did we order again?
Mini lumpia?
Oh, that's the mini lumpia, right?
Yes, and this is, what price was it? Orlok price. Okay, this is interesting. It's french fries with some sort of peanut sauce, mayo, and ground onion on top. And it's actually good. Also like the way they serve this with this, you know, it really is like bringing it to a different level of luxury.
We also tried this shake truck with local fruit juice smoothies and again, stuff we hadn't seen before. What about tomate arbol? What's that?
I don't know.
Not tomato, it's like some kind of mango. Right?
It kind of tastes like papaya.
Papaya, you're right.
Yeah.
So for a little cultural immersion, try the local food stands. Well worth it. And number 5, Curacao Rif Mangrove Park. This made a full circle back to the ship. This park is directly across from the megaport, but you do need to walk this dirt road a bit to get there. This is a relatively new conservation park, maintained to preserve and display the area's previous mangrove areas and educate about their importance to the ecosystem. It's a beautifully designed walking park, peaceful, informative, and lots of benches to sit and enjoy. Lots of walking, as the path is guided in a particular direction, so you'll invariably round the whole park. Although there are some shaded areas, most of it is not, so bring some sun protection and water. There's also guided kayak tours that, although we were late to arrive for, come highly recommended. Clean porta potties right at the entrance. You might also encounter the occasional animal squatter. Or was he a guard?
Are we sticking in? No, you
had to wake me up. Can we go up? No? Guess not, huh? For simple peace and quiet, as well as some learning, this place is terrific. Good for about an hour and a half. More to take in a kayak tour. We definitely enjoyed our second jaunt here, and we were lucky enough to leave late so we could walk around at night. Exploring Punta and the floating bridge at night is definitely a recommended stroll. For a complete picture of our times here, be sure to check out our previous Curaçao video. And as always, keep your questions and comments coming. We'll do our best to answer you.